Hello, I want to talk a little bit about cold plunging. It has grown in popularity over several years. I love to cold plunge, but I am starting to see where it's becoming not safe for everybody. So I want to talk a little bit about ways to prepare yourself, ways to know whether or not cold plunging is going to be helpful for you. There are certain conditions that if you have them, it's not a good idea to cold plunge until you are cleared by your physicians who are supporting you. So some of those conditions could be anything that is with your heart. If you have a heart condition of any kind, cold plunging is not a great idea. If you have a chronic health disorder, you want to talk to your doctor before deciding to do cold water immersion. If you have an autoimmune disorder, you need to talk to your doctor before going and doing cold water immersion. I do have an autoimmune disorder. I did a lot of research, reading lots of scientific papers published by accredited scientists from accredited universities in peer-reviewed journals. So not just reading opinion papers, like studies that actually have data backed up on them. And, I made the choice that I wanted to go ahead and start to do cold plunging. So one of the things that I see a lot of people is just be like, whoo, we're just going to go do it. We're going to jump in a hole in a frozen lake. And even people who are super crazy healthy, like that's not the greatest idea. It's a good idea to acclimate your body to the cold first. Take your time, be prepared. Always go with a buddy, okay? So some of the tips and tricks that I learned from people who do cold water immersion regularly. Number one, start with cold showers. And that doesn't mean that your whole shower is going to be cold. Take your regular shower at the temperature that you like. And then when you're ready to start getting ready to do cold plunging, just turn the temperature down in your shower until you're just under cold water. And plan to only be there for 15 to 30 seconds. You don't need to try to go for the whole 2 minutes right away, okay? Then slowly work your way up to doing cold water in the shower for 2 minutes. And this could just take a few weeks to several months. Be patient with your body, with your health. Notice the changes that you feel. For me, I got to the point where I really craved cold water. I really wanted to be in it because it felt so good in my body. It really helped with my inflammation. I did experience fewer respiratory illnesses when I was doing it regularly. So it does have its benefits. But one of the things that I learned from the research that I read is that it is an acute stressor. And so when we go into the cold water, whether it's in a shower or in a frozen lake, our body reacts as if it's being attacked. So the white blood cell counts will go up, inflammation will temporarily go up. You may start to hyperventilate. A lot of people do. So that actually leads me to my next thing, is that there's breath work specific to getting ready to cold plunge that I find helpful. Other people that I've supported to learn how to cold plunge find helpful. Okay, let's talk about the breathing. So the breathing work with getting ready to cold plunge, we want to create an internal warmth in the body and not just go in with a regular breath. So practicing inhale through the nose, slow exhale out the mouth, and getting really good at it so you don't have to think about it. Because when you hit really cold water, especially when you're in a lake that you don't necessarily know what the temperature is. It's important that you get control over your breath as quickly as you can. Okay, so I kind of think of this similar to birth prep. And so with that, a lot of the time when you hit the cold water, there's an instinct to just go, you want to resist that as much as you can. So again, nice slow breath in through the nose and opening your mouth a little bit, letting your palate raise. That helps to produce heat. Okay, so inhale through the nose. All right, now we're gonna add movement to this. And this is where you can help to warm up your body before you get into the water. Okay, so we're gonna get into a horse stance. Okay, so horse stance is basically just a shallow lunge. Okay, knees are bent. We're gonna get the arms going. So get the arms going, get your torso going, and then we're ready to add the breath. So the breath is going to be like a fire breath from yoga or lion's breath. And go ahead and make the noise as you're doing that forceful exhale. It's a really great way to warm your body up before you go get in the water. When I do cold water plunging into a lake, I actually prefer a space where I can walk in to the water rather than getting into a hole. Here at my community, we have a lot of safety regulations around it, ladders to use to climb in. We have agreements with the cities where the holes are, all of that kind of stuff. So I do recommend that if this is something that really appeals to you, that you really want to do, first of all, prep for it. Second of all, get your breathing in a really good, solid way so that you can control your breath easily. And number three, make sure that when you go into a lake, that you are surrounded by people who are experienced, who know how to help you if you do need help, okay? And always have your dry, warm woolies on the shore so that when you're done, you can peel everything off and get warm. Make sure you've got a hot beverage there to help warm yourself up from the inside out, okay? Have fun out there and stay safe. Thank you.